will I ever have the chance to return to Utranyaya?
We can talk about that in the future. Of course, we will keep in touch. You and Voyager can pay us a visit whenever you like. The girl's called Voyager, madam. She's clever, quiet, doesn't eat much. You will take her in too, won't you? I always hoped you would settle down and live a comfortable life. Promise me you'll do your best, Alia.
Yes, Mr. Kozlov.
Oh, you finally reached an agreement. Cool. Looks like I won't have to do any more explaining. If you're saying goodbye soon, maybe you ought to consider bringing her a parting gift. She looks like she could use one.
Yeah, something to remind her of home.
Or maybe you can offer a few words of encouragement? What do you say?
Right, a gift. I'll need some time to prepare it. Let's make a deal, shall we? You'll get your gift next time you pay a visit to the Utranyaya. That way, you'll keep us in mind and come home again one day. I was worried you might not want to travel such a long way for us.
I feel, Mr. Kozlov. I'll find my way back to Utranyaya even if you've moved to the other end of the world.
That's my girl. Remember what I said? Do the best that you can and have no regrets. Natalia and I don't have to worry about you, do we?
No. I'll give my best performance here, like I always did with Utranyaya. I'll try my best.
Knowledge drives
Everything's packed. Keep up the pace. I need to find some shade. Give it a try.
Although we come from different lands, we share the same.
How do you feel? Intense nausea is common for the first few months of zero-G training.
I think I'm fine. You're very kind to ask, ma'am. I'm ready for more.
You're at this again? Hissabeth already checked your vitals and arcane skill test reports. Her conclusion was clear. You need to rest and recover before we begin again. If you push yourself too hard and become too sick to perform the mission, that won't help us either.
But I can do more. All I need is a bit more training. I need to perform flawlessly.
We don't need flawless, not at the cost of your health. We need satisfies all requirements, nothing more. You're already doing better than we anticipated.
Thank you. But I still haven't memorized the flight procedures, and I'm still struggling with my arcane skill. Maybe I can ask Miss Vinsong to give me another ley lines lesson. That's not pushing myself, is it?
That's acceptable. But you will ensure you get a minimum of 8 hours of sleep every day. And promise me you'll eat well and never skip meals.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Hissabeth said there would be a team-building dinner tonight. I'll attend it and train for another half an hour after we come back.
No, that's not what I meant. Anyway, go change. We'll go together.
We sat here when we first met, no?
I think so. This table seems a bit too small now.
Well, there's strength in numbers.
Yet everything now depends on our brave astronaut. How's your arcane skill training?
Not bad, I guess. Miss Vinsong is a wise teacher.
I'm glad I've learned something from my experience with Vila. I hope you'll get to know her one day.
You'll have plenty of time to make friends once you return from your mission.
Looking forward to it. But first I have to go back to the circus. I think Mr. Kozlov will have my gift prepared by then. I'm sure he will. Though he didn't come to see me in Voyager this week.
He has a whole circus to run, and you're busy with training. It's hard to find a good time when you are both free. And perhaps he didn't want to make you homesick, but I'm sure he misses you a lot. Mirny isn't far from here. You should go back and visit sometime. No one will blame you if you take a break for a few hours.
I am able to drive you to town, if you need. Just submit your schedule 2 days in advance. I will set some time aside for a short trip.
Thank you, but I think it will have to wait until the project's over. Mr. Kozlov said I would always be able to visit him in the future. Besides, he needs time to prepare the gift.
Don't do that. The echo from that sound makes me dizzy.
Voyager? Don't get distracted. They've almost finished the food.
Feel like a drink? Here, we've got some hot milk or warm apple cider. Pick one.
Milk will be fine. Thank you.
Let's have a toast, friends, to our new team. Though no one knows for sure whether our project will succeed or is doomed to fail catastrophically, together we're working towards the future. Cheers! Having said that, the odds are in our favor. Even though Laplace is no longer in its prime, it still has the best technology and the finest scientists.
The finest scientists? You mean us? I couldn't agree more. I've always believed that perseverance is the most basic fundamental quality that any researcher should possess.
Perseverance. There's only one thing that I think we should persevere with. Our efforts to return to the future.
Didn't know you Laplace researchers missed the good old days so much.
Laugh if you want, but you can't deny that our era was better than this one.
What was the future like? I've read through the manual for temporary employees. The data we're going to collect may help people get back the things that they lost, right? From the futures that you've been to. What's Leningrad like in 1999? Were there any circus shows in your era? Does that mean everything was better than it is now? I have trouble imagining it. Were there sweets for everyone and stores that never ran out of food?
Things were much better then. Well, except for the study of ley lines. It was still struggling as a scientific pursuit, especially when it came to attracting new students. Though even now, its only student seems to lack much interest in it.
That's not true. Sorry. I'm just having difficulty focusing on it with all the other demands on my time.
It's okay. Miss Winsong was only making a joke, at the expense of her very overworked student. It's true, things were nicer in the future. I do miss the sweets, and that the shops were never empty.
Amazing. I'm sure we'll make it back one day.
3, 2, 1, cut. And just so we're clear, everything went well as usual. The video in this disc, to put it simply, is too much for anyone to handle. Guess what it's used for? Go on, give me the most ridiculous answer you can think of. A little tip. Think like a modern person. The development of technology allows us to save a lot of things as digital data nowadays. Yes, it's a last record. A video is much more convenient than sitting down with a pen. Data secured. Pointer, do you want me to add your part to the video now? Or maybe later?
Preferably never. This whole last record thing is your passion. Besides, I know nothing about material sciences.
But you spent so much time transcoding the incantation. You simply must show up in my video. Please, I insist. We're a team. We shouldn't miss anyone's perspective, no?
Yes.
Super. Then let's take a look at our work so far and learn from our mistakes. Well, my mistakes. Pointer and I had been working on the teleport disk at the Placid's Cosmodrome. More specifically, our interim mission was to determine how to transport supplies to space stations and spacecraft using teleport incantations. The ultimate goal being to achieve stable, safe, and long-distance teleportation to outer space viable for living organisms. The project had been going smoothly until we received some bad news. Due to a policy change at Laplace, most projects in Placid's were being suspended. Fortunately, the bad news was followed by a small amount of good. Madame Lucy said if we could send a monitor to space to collect data when the storm arrived, we'd be allowed to continue with our project. It was a vital opportunity to make our contribution to deciphering the storm. There were only 3 major issues to solve: manpower, energy supply, and determination. As you can see, the first 2 issues have been solved by our new members. Thank you all for your help. Especially our brave little astronaut. The plan is now simple. She'll fly into space, reach the required altitude, launch the monitor, and zero in on the correct coordinates. And then she'll contact ground control to come home. Her arcane skill will protect her from any possible danger caused by pressure or heat in the vacuum of space. Then finally, she will activate the teleport disk, and we will activate our receiver on the ground. Ta-da! Everyone will arrive in Laplace's Arctic branch safe and sound to acclaim and accolades from all around the scientific world. Well, that's a simple framework of the plan, but we still have tons of minor problems to tackle first. Our top priority is improving the long-distance positioning accuracy of the teleport disk. We've already begun testing our latest prototypes, though the last test didn't end well. We're still searching for the cause of that particular catastrophic error, but we won't let it stop us. This was no more than an inevitable roadblock, a small accident on the way to technological progress.
Hissabeth, if we are going to have any chance of learning from our mistakes, we can't run away from our problems.
All right. That last test was a week ago. Same as the last time. Though we've made some improvements, we still need an intelligent creature to run the test. And I guess it'll be me again.
Are you sure? Considering the danger and your value to the project, I think you ought to let me.
How can I ask anyone to try my invention if I wouldn't use it myself? Now, what are you waiting for? Get to the safe zone. Oh, and remember to secure the blast door.
Miss Kiperina asked about the test yesterday as she was feeding the fish. She said she's been able to control her power more now. You'd be much safer with her help. We're a team, right? We sink or swim together.
My training just finished. I hope I'm not late, Miss Hissabeth.
Well, we did have a pretty bad accident, but thanks to Kiperina's arcane skill, no one was too badly hurt. Windsong is one cool teacher, and that girl's a phenomenal student. The margin of error remained high, a significant problem for sure, but we'd learned our lesson after spending all that time recovering in the ward. That is, that we should prepare for the worst, so that those who survive will know what to do with, our legacy. Our last record matters, my friend.
I don't think that's what Pointer meant when she told us to learn from our mistakes.
Again, I emphasize that safety must come first in the lab. It is my first and most important protocol. Windsong and I left for all of 10 minutes, and by the time we got back, each and every one of you ended up on death's door. And now I find out you've even petitioned for a postponed evacuation. This is getting ridiculous.
You know how tight the schedule is now that the storm emergency plan has been activated, don't you? The silver lining is that now we know that we have exactly 3 months. We can still optimize the procedure and improve the disk and...
Enough, Sylvie!
Oh, come on, friends. Can we just calm down and discuss our schedule over dinner? I believe Miss Pointer was only trying to suggest a better plan.
I am. I suggest we stop all work on this project immediately.
What? Why? The situation really isn't that dire.
Miss Hissabeth is right. We shouldn't be discouraged over one accident, Miss Pointer. The damage wasn't too severe.
Only 3 months left, yet our latest achievement was a total catastrophe. I know what you're all thinking, that the odds are still good, and it's more or less safe to continue. But all that is a weighted gamble. Nothing matters more than your lives.
Pointer, what do you think the odds are, really?
Without diving into the calculations, it's around a 70% chance in theory. But my logic is screaming something else in my ear.
You don't have to take that risk, Pointer.
I know what I'm doing. Nothing's guaranteed in the world of science. The risk is too high. I can't allow it.
But it's like we always say, there's nothing guaranteed in the world of science. You never know before you take that fateful step.
My analysis points to a dangerous level of uncertainty in this project. The price of failure, even optimistically, could be much worse than a few days in recovery. There could be more permanent injuries. You could even... You've seen how things, places, people just disappear in the storm. You need to stop this insanity before that happens to us. Don't you understand?
I really don't. Why should we stop? No, you're right. We shouldn't pretend as if it's normal to risk our lives for this. At the end of the day, if we die, our research dies with us. But if something were to happen to the team, you would be the one to survive. That's why I want you to keep our records, to take down everything in case the worst happens. Here.
I won't take it. And I won't submit this petition for you. I can't stand by and let you kill yourselves. I'm done. I quit.
Come together to conquer this great weight. Experience fuels knowledge.
Hold your breath. Everything's packed.
Splash in the water.
Так ярко и тепло. Wait faster. I need to find some shade. Or maybe take a hold your breath. Or maybe take a deep breath. A fragment of truth. Don't take a wrong step. The stars were just out of reach, but only for an instant. No use in avoiding it. Wonderful. I can always... Don't worry. It's been put... Everything's... I can always find peace up on the vine. Don't be afraid. Give it a try. Даже далеко в космосе. Все равно здесь. Со мной. I've got your back. You can do this, or maybe a fragment of truth.
Knowledge drives progress.
This place is a real pain for me. It's fun to read on the beach. But now I'm seeing spots.
The name is Pointer, researcher in the LSCC Plesetsk branch. The reason I joined, the same reason I quit. Nothing matters more than people's lives. All the research I've done has been for one purpose, to make people's lives better.
Pointer, there you are. How's everything going? I heard you're busy with the evacuation. Seems many stores in Mirny have already closed up.
As soon as I finish the handover here, I'm heading back into town to help with packing, coordinating, and explaining the situation to the locals. Same old, same old.
Same old, same old. You know, Hissabeth said that exact thing when I asked about the team's progress yesterday. They seem to be doing all right.
Good.
Oh, by the way, I've got some seeds left. Do you want to take them off my hands?
Do I look like a gardener to you?
Well, it's just that I heard from a few people here in Mirny that a Laplace researcher was giving out sunflower seeds. And it wasn't me, so I've been wondering just who it could have been. Don't you want some? Seriously, everyone loves them.
Thanks. So, who ended up signing the application?
Hissabeth will, when she goes to collect the monitor and report our research to Ludwig. She says it's more likely to get approval that way.
They don't know when to stop, do they?
They don't know the meaning.
Stop. If the fish get startled, then they won't eat anything.
I see, Miss Hissabeth.
I finished the full inventory check. There's more runium left than we thought. Now, where should I put these useless old files? I was thinking we could use them for draft paper.
Maybe you can turn them into a knife or something. A knife would be more useful at this point. You know, to cut fruit or whatever.
Actually, that card there on the table would work better for that.
Why's that?
It's all about the material. Metal makes a better edge than paper. Never quite understood why you made them like that.
Oh, I was testing out a new alloy. I used it to make wind songs and pointers cards. It gets harder and sharper when heated. Give it a rub with your hands and you can use it as a letter opener. The ritual still isn't stable enough. We need a specific location or area to set as a destination in advance. But first, we need a way to pinpoint a recognizable area. The formula should be...
Miss Winsong sent me a message. She said, don't forget to collect the monitor.
Oh, she sent it to you too? Tell her I said thanks. No, that number doesn't look right.
I tried my best. But those arcane minerals you were asking for are scarce as all hell. I haven't been able to find a single supplier.
Then we'll carry on without them. That's it. Nope, wrong again. Pointer was the master of numbers. With that brain of hers, she'd have had this over and done by now. Careful, don't hurt yourself. They're more powerful than they seem.
Hissabeth. I have a question for you. Sorry if it's not a good time, but it's important to me. And it's something I hope you'll answer honestly.
Sorry, ladies, please ignore me. I'm not here, and I didn't hear a thing.
Но если я заплачу, мисс Киперина, умная молодая девушка, неудивительно, что она быстро во всем разобралась. Вы согласны?
So, what's your question?
Miss Pointer said something before she left about places and people disappearing into the storm. It's hard to believe that she would ever give up on our mission, unless she knew the price of failing was truly horrible. Then the storm can't just be some normal kind of natural disaster. This storm will destroy everything, won't it? All the people we know, all the bears, birds, this fish, everything. The lost future that you talk about. Was it the first to disappear? Or are there more that have been lost? Will the same thing happen to our time? Things are much worse than you let on. What else has changed in the future?
Many things changed. Some things won't last nearly as long as people think they will. For you, the world might seem to have turned upside down, but life will go on. So, now that you know what's at stake, are you ready to officially join Laplace? I'm afraid there is still a great deal I cannot tell you until then. Many of the answers you're seeking are classified, for employees only.
Pardon me, Miss Hissabeth. But given the danger of the mission we are expecting Kiperina to perform, I think she has the right to know what the storm really is.
I understand that you don't want to go against Laplace's rules. But I'll bet there aren't any rules against me figuring it out, and you simply nodding. Am I right? I won't get to see Mr. Kozlov or get that gift in the future. So, if I join Laplace, I won't see anyone from Utranyaya ever again.
The choice is yours. I won't force you to do anything. Remember the day we first met in the restaurant? I said I would write you a recommendation. I was serious. I still am. In fact, it's already done. Winsong has signed on to it too. And our foundation friend behind you is prepared to offer another guarantee, just in case. We will make a recommendation for your friend Voyager as well, but that's all we can do. I'm afraid we can't protect everyone, nor can we make this decision for you. Do you want to keep going? If you don't, you'll be allowed to return and accept what's to come. But if you join us, there is a chance to change things.
I